Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you exciting NBA action. Hi, folks. Brian Anderson here, alongside two fantastic analysts, Grant Hill and Brent Barry at the table, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Well, Victor doesn't have too far to go. I mean, he just pops up to the rim, makes it look so easy.
A nice shot by Gilgeous-Alexander. A battle of the big men. Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
Now, here's Williams. Dort outside. Inside. Rebounded by Kessel.
You love to see guys challenge one another like that. Advantage to the defense that time.
Pass to Wembanyama. Out to the wing. Dort with a steal. It's a one-on-one situation. Here's Williams. Here's Hartenstein. And he lays it up and in.
Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Mark Dagnall gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Talking with him about De'Aaron Fox, I asked Coach what he wanted his guys to do against him, and Coach said to not give him room to run. De'Aaron is dangerous when he's attacking lanes and leaking out in transition, so we need to limit those opportunities. So it sounds like they're aiming to slow the pace down. We'll see if it works for them.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
With his length and energy, Wembanyama has the ability to be a game-changing defender.
And one thing about Harrison Barnes, Brent, he is efficient on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, it just feels like Harrison Barnes is one of those guys, BA, that's super steady, right? You know what he's going to do on a nightly basis, the shots he's going to take, and he has confidence in every one of those shots that he gets. So committed to both ends of the floor and a real team helper.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Barnes.
Harrison Barnes continues to be a consummate professional. Goes out and competes every night. Gives you everything he's got.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And last season, Britt, many believe that SGA was deserving of the MVP award.
Well, he made such a strong case, BA. I mean, finishing in the top 3, that is remarkable. He led that young Thunder team again to the #1 seed in the Western Conference and averaged 36 and 5. He also led the league at 2 steals per game. What a season.
On offense, here is San Antonio. It's a 3-point game. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. For the finish. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
The length of SGA is huge there. At 6'6", he can be pretty disruptive to your offense.
Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. It's stolen by Barnes. Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs. Here's Vassell. Holmgren with the block.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
Pass to Wembanyama. Kicks it out to Barnes. Let's go with a 3. And once again, off the mark by San Antonio. Dort, left side. Back to Williams. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort outside. To the middle. Here's Hartenstein. And Hartenstein slams it in.
This small advantage is starting to snowball.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. To the inside. Wembanyama. The basket's good off the assist from Fox.
Yeah, this is what everyone wants to see Wembanyama doing. Dominating on the inside.
Tries again. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's on De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Both free throws good from Gilgeous-Alexander. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Pass to Williams. Back to Hartenstein. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low. The layup misses.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
And it's Vassell penetrating. Here's Wembanyama. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
Yeah, terrific follow-through from Wembanyama, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama. Outside Barnes. No good. That would have tied it. Pass to Holmgren. Back to Williams. Here's Hartenstein. And another miss by Oklahoma City. And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Oklahoma City ahead, up by 2. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for Oklahoma City?
Well, their hands resulting in plenty of steals in the early going, keeping the opposition there off balance.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, there's a lot of room for growth for the Spurs, even with their rising star, Victor Wembanyama, who said, I know it's not going to be easy. It's going to take some time before we contend for a title. I'm ready for anything and ready to sacrifice. I'm patient, but I'm not wasting time. Brian, plenty of motivation.
Chasing greatness is what they're doing, Allie. Holmgren with it, and Johnson picks him up defensively. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebounded by Branham. San Antonio trailing here. Sochan outside. Back to Paul. Five to shoot. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, partner.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve.
Williams from long range. And another miss by Oklahoma City.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Offensive rebound. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. Back to Holmgren. It's stolen. Pass to Sochan. And it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've only given up 1 point in the second quarter. That one coming at the line. Dort for 3. Nails it from 3.
Well, the size and skill of Dort is pretty unique. He can be really effective at any position on the floor.
Here's Mamukelashvili. Here's Branham. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And coming off a major injury, Chet Holmgren was unbelievable in his first full season, Brent.
Doesn't it feel like, B.A., he poured the concrete and a solid foundation for what his career is going to be all about? I mean, a terrific big with skill, size, toughness. The sky is the limit for this guy.
SGA using that size.
And he's got the ability to do damage inside and out. SGA's not going to miss that.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Out of bounds. It'll be Thunderball. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Give him 8. Rebounded by Johnson. Spurs trail by 4. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. Back to Hartenstein. Three-pointer. Rebound by San Antonio. Left side, Johnson. Here's Mamukelashvili. Here's a 3 from Paul. And it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound. A minute 53 left to play in the first half. And there it is for him.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
And we've got a timeout called by Greg Popovich. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Spurs trail by 6. Fox outside. Pass to Wembanyama. Now here's Vassell. From deep. Hartenstein pulls it in. Here's Dort. Rebounded by Castle. Fox outside. Vassell with it. Beyond the arc. And it's Fox missing. 1:14 left in the first half. Gilgeous-Alexander no good. Vassell outside. Here's Barnes. Pass to Castle. Wembanyama with it. Here's Castle. He's guarded by Hartenstein. Here's Castle. Shot clock at 6. Vassell gets the 3 ball to go. Vassell's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Over Fox. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And over the last few years, SGA has emerged as an all-NBA level player, Brent. What's been the key to his success?
I think the key, BA, to him is his confidence. I think that he feels like he is overlooked on a nightly basis and does not get the respect he deserves. So he comes in with that chip on his shoulder, and he plays the entire game, coming at any defense that people throw at him.
To the paint. Here's Wembanyama. Holmgren with the block. Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Pass to Hartenstein. Over Wembanyama. And another miss by Oklahoma City.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
To the middle. Here's Barnes. Oh, missed the dunk at the buzzer. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Oklahoma City ahead, up 4. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Thunder leading by 4. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Fox picks him up. Pass to Hartenstein. And here is Williams. To the left side wing. Clock at 6. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Nails the 16-footer. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 13 now.
There's a great pace to Gilgeous-Alexander's game. The mid-range fits well.
Vassell's shot is good.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Dort outside. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Oklahoma City shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. And the technical free throw is good.
And money from the stripe. SGA could close his eyes and knock that down.
So it's Oklahoma City now. They lead by 4. And Hartenstein slams it in.
And you can't leave the basket unprotected. Bad things will happen to you.
Yeah, that was just way too easy.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Castle misses. Oklahoma City leading by 6. Down low. Here's Dort. Back to Williams. Here's Hartenstein. And a miss there on the triple.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Defense has got to be better. Flat out effort was not there.
Screen by Holmgren to the inside. Good D by Wembanyama.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Vassell can't get it to go. And it's Dort off the drive. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And Dort with the big-time dunk.
Pass to Castle. Now here's Vassell. Box for 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 6-point game. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Chet Holmgren makes up for his light frame with aggression. He said, "Quote, you don't have to take a second look at me now to know that I'm not the biggest dude width-wise, so I have to hit first. Otherwise, the game's not going to go in my favor when things get physical," unquote. Brian, you agree?
I do, and you can tell he just refuses to back down, Allie. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Off the left rim and out.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
And up the court come the Thunder on the break. Pulls it. The 3 from Holmgren. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by... With 2 Hall of Famers, Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce, our reporter. So the Timberwolves will get the first possession. Here's Gobert. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to be Evan Mobley.
Let's remember, Rudy Gobert, 7'1", very hard to contest effectively.
There aren't many more dominant defenders in the NBA than Gobert.
Well, that's definitely fair to say, B.A., because his defense has an outsized influence on a game. The inside presence changes an opponent's game plan.
All right, Doris, how about teams like these who can really run their offense through their bigs?
BA, over the years, one of the things I've heard from coaches quite often is how effective a three-tool big man can be. When you can drive it, pass it, shoot it, score it, do all the things they can, it changes the geometry of the floor.
Here's Edwards.
How about Anthony Edwards, the bounce? Go ahead, Ed.
Launches it. Mitchell misses. And so Conley will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 4-point game.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Pass to Garland. And just about a minute into this first quarter. And Gobert with a block.
Almost inescapable, that 7'9" wingspan. Send it back, big Rudy Gobert.
Here's Randall. The rebound by Allen. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. Cleveland shooting their first foul shot of the game. And Doris, you think about the advantage for Jarrett Allen with that 7'6" wingspan.
BA, this guy is a massive presence in the paint. He's got length, he's got intellect, and he's got incredible anticipation and timing. The other thing is he can absolutely step out on the perimeter and keep a ball handler in front. He is a special defender.
Counted.
Well, inside, Mike Conley has got to be savvy, and he is in that instance.
Here's Allen, and he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Grant, the Cavs making the playoffs the last 2 years. A big deal in Cleveland.
Well, outside of years with LeBron on the roster, they hadn't made the postseason since 1998. But this group of Cavaliers are making their own history now.
Now here's Randall. Outside Edwards. From downtown. Here's Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
Listen, at just over 7 feet, we know Gobert is going to be terrific on the glass.
Here's Mitchell. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Here's Edwards. And a missed layup. Right side Mitchell. Up and over Conley. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops.
Wow, splash it in from the mid-range, Donovan. What a pretty shot.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Julius Randle. That'll be a second foul of the game.
A great job to establish position and square up.
And Cleveland making a change here. Pass to Allen. And no good. Ooh, great D that time from Gobert. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
The Cavaliers are having success. Point guard Darius Garland said, "We're building something here and we've come a long way. It feels amazing having our own legacy. We're just trying to keep it going. The whole city is behind us." And Brian, they know there's still work to do.
And they've got no problem with that, Allie. Thank you. Garland for three. Oh, he missed that one. 1 for 3 in this one so far. Here's Edwards. From down in the low post, it goes. Edwards got his second basket of the game.
Boy, that defense must be better. Anthony Edwards getting it done on the interior.
And we've got a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. So it's both teams making substitutions here. .136 left to play in the first. Stolen by Conley. And he lays it in on the break.
Mike Conley out in transition on the break, eager to help his team convert. Nicely done.
Here's Merrill. Here's Thompson. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. And now we've got an intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
1:11 left to play in the first quarter. Edwards for three. He buries it from three. Edwards has got 7 points in the game.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
That's good. For the day, he's 4 for 6.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Here's Jerome. No made baskets yet. Clock at 6. Merrill. Lays out. And so ball out of bounds. Thompson touched it last. Minnesota leading by 14. Pass to McDaniels. It's stolen by Hunter. And here comes the break. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Cleveland shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game. No good on that one. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. He hits the second from the line. Here's Randall. Clark with the screen. Tries it from 16. Offensive board. Controls the rebound and the putback.
The offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
And so it's Minnesota. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Well, guys, we've seen a confident-looking Timberwolves team out there.
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
Pass to Ingles. Here's Reed from 17. Here's Garza. Jerome grabs the miss.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
On the attack, Green. The kick to Hunter. Down low. Here's Okoro. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Sees his man, has the angle on the interior, and drops a dime right there.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
And they pick up 2. Okoro's got 4 points this quarter.
Inside, Okoro can really make trouble for the defense. He's got that combination of strength and agility.
Pass to Reed. Who poked away. It's stolen by Hunter. Fast break, Cleveland. Here's Green. And the deficit down inside single digits.
That'll definitely steal away some momentum, stripping them of the ball and then grabbing the bucket.
Ingles with it. Guarded now by Okoro. To the middle. Here's Reed. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way. Well, we see a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting nowadays, but you'll take that look right there any night of the week.
For 3, DiVincenzo. And the rebound goes to Cleveland.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Jerome, no good. The Timberwolves lead by 9. Outside, Alexander Walker. Now Reed. That one won't fall. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Outside, Green. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
All right, Grant, which U.S.-born player do you think has the best chance to supplant LeBron as the face of the league?
Oh, man, you putting me on the spot, B.A. Well, the conversation has to be between Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, and Anthony Edwards. They're the best young talent that the U.S. has to offer, and they're only getting better.
Edwards, that's good.
We know Julius Randle can score, but that scoring ability will be set up by that kind of play. What a pretty pass from the big man. Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Doris, so much improvement from Garland since coming into the league.
Oh, no doubt, Brian. This guy is now a do-it-all guard. You can play him at both the 1 and the 2 positions. The versatility that he possesses is such an important aspect in the league today.
Here's Conley. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Evan Mobley was the 3rd overall pick in 2021, and his teammate Donovan Mitchell said about him, "It's crazy, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I don't think he really understands how good he could be. He can take us to a completely different level. I personally believe that he can be a top 5 player in this league." Brian, high praise for his teammate.
Indeed it is. Good stuff, Allie.
Well, if the basket is within reach, Julius Randle understands how to finish.
Mitchell. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Minnesota leading by 10. Edwards with it. Guarded now by Mitchell. Pass to Randle. Shoots over Mobley. Here's Gobert. Great D that time from Allen. And it's Garland with the ball for Cleveland. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. And out of bounds, Minnesota will have it.
Listen, turnovers happen. You've got to move on to the next play.
1:11 left to play in the first half of basketball. Pass to Randle. It's Edwards on the wing. Shoots a fadeaway. The rebound by Allen.
Good idea with the fadeaway, but the defense was just all over it.
Out to Mobley. Here's Mitchell. Back to Mobley. 6 to shoot. Pass to Allen. Cleveland needs to get off a shot. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. The Timberwolves lead by 10. Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. And that one, good. Conley's got 6. Points.
Yeah, Julius Randle has a good feel on the offensive end. On time and on target with the pass.
The drive by Garland. Pass to Edwards. Edwards muscles it inside. Wow.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to be Evan Mobley.
The officials were right on top of that one.
And the first one at the line is good. And that's good as he hits both shots.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
And so it's Minnesota with an impressive 16-point lead heading into the break. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. From deep, Strus. And the basket's good. Off the assist from Garland. Strus has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Doris, when we talk about young guards, few better than Darius Garland. What makes him great?
I think a few things, but I would start with the fact that he's a three-level scorer. Knocks down the three with consistency, can get to his in-between, but also creative at the rim. The other thing I love, Brian, is that he defends with great intensity.
The Cavaliers trail by 15. And Mitchell launches it from deep. And Cleveland another three.
My goodness, Donovan Mitchell from another zip code. This guy opens the rest of the floor.
Inside. Inside. Edwards lays it in.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
And here's Strus. Here's Garland. Rudy Gobert with a rebound.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
To the inside. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take two from the free throw line. And it really feels like the chemistry of this Timberwolves team has taken a step forward.
And, B.A., you know this. Winning always enhances that energy and chemistry. But beyond that, this is a roster full of players that have had individual success, and now they're hungry and thirsty for team success, because that's the true measure. What you love about Rudy Gobert is he understands his strengths and where he can impact the game. That is primarily on the defensive end, but also as a screen setter offensively.
Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
To the paint. Outside for Randall. Beyond the arc. Buries it from three. Randall's got 7 points.
Well, you've got to be decisive in catch-and-shoot situations, and Julius Randle leaves no doubt.
The Cavaliers trail by 19. Outside Garland. Pass to Allen. Now Mitchell to end the run. Cleveland again missing. Here's Shannon. Stolen by Mobley. And here's Strus. Lets it go from deep. Rudy Gobert with a rebound.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Outside, Alexander Walker. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And here's Strus outside. Sinks it from distance. Strus has got 6 points in the quarter.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
Here's Dillingham. Yet to see a basket. To the inside. Outside, Alexander Walker. Hits the trifecta.
Such an effective shooter. If you lose track of him defensively, he's going to make you pay.
Here's Garland. And they cash it in right away with a quick shot. Give him 8 points now.
Well, this is what you get when you get Darius Garland off the basketball. Very capable in the catch and shoot.
Pass to Gobert. Randall, right side. Stolen by Mobley. Up ahead. With the floater. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Both teams will make substitutions. It's stolen away. And they're running. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Ooh, that's a tough spot to be in as a defender. With that height disadvantage, it's very hard to protect the rim.
Allen outside. Back to Garland. Lets the three fly. A rebound by Ingles. Minnesota leading by 19. Pass to Shannon. Outside, Ingles. Now here's Gobert. And he makes it.
It's the Sacramento Kings and the Phoenix Suns. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment.
That's just too easy for Ball. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
And with the score of the Suns, you know, Greg, you never know who is going to initiate the offense for him.
And that can cause problems at times, Kevin. Can run you into issues keeping the ball moving. Turnovers can be their Achilles heel as well.
A nice shot by KD.
The uncanny ability for a big guy to slip towards the hoop, then loft in the nice floater. Durant showing a little bit of everything on that play.
Now here's Levine. Kicks it out to Ellis. Pass to Levine. 5 to shoot. Second shot opportunity. Again, Levine missing.
you're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
For three, Booker. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Good touch on the interior. LaVine really crafty at figuring out ways to create space down low.
For three, Booker drills the three-pointer. Booker's got a couple of threes now in the first for Phoenix.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
KD looking around. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Zach LaVine.
Such a unique player. Kevin Durant, pure shooter, incredibly skilled, all at nearly 7 feet tall.
And he can't get the first one. And always hovering around the 50, 40, 90 mark, Kevin Durant is both prolific and, Greg, efficient.
And Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again? KD is right at the top of that list.
Now here's LaVine. Back to Sabonis. Kick out to LaVine. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Misses the three. And it's Phoenix's ball. They're on an 11-2 run. Kicks it out to Allen. Outside, KD. Fires the three. Sinks the triple. Durant's got 6.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Devin Booker is a 3-level scoring threat. He said, I'm just reading coverages and taking what the defense gives me. That's a mid-range jumper, which analytically people say isn't the highest percentage shot. But for myself, it's a good one. I've shot it pretty much my whole life. Kevin?
And David, doesn't it show? Wow, he is something else. Hey, thank you. Now here's Booker. 6 points for him. Driving to the basket.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. You know who that was.
Again, the miss by the Kings. Suns leading by 12. It's Beal on the wing. Pass to KD. Back to Beal. Durant down low. Count that bucket. And it's 8 points for KD.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
And you've seen the growth in DeRozan as a ball handler. They're making the right decision in the pick and roll.
Now here's Booker. He's got 8. Sacramento grabs the miss.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Oh, such a class there at the end of the play as he was able to convert on the finger roll. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
He misses the free throw.
And I like the aggressiveness of DeMar DeRozan's game. He's constantly testing the defense, looking for any weakness he can exploit to get a bucket.
Here's Richards, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Oh, I dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. That one falls.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Alley-oop try, and an overpowering first-quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. The Suns on top. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Suns.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
Phoenix leading by 13. Pass to Richards. Outside, Jones. The three. The Suns need to get a shot off. And stolen by Murray. Ellis outside. Screen by Sabonis. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Now in the later stages of his career, Greg, DeMar DeRozan continues to be a master from the mid-range.
Kevin, we all know he loves that area of the floor. And what makes him so effective, the footwork. He's so good at backing guys down and creating space to get that jumper off.
Pass to Lee. Looking for Richards and gets it there. And he slams it one-handed.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Kick out to Levine. That's in there. Murray with the assist. Levine's got 5.
Great preparation by Levine. Getting to his spot and set to let it fly.
First team foul.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played.
Sabonis very agile for a big, so consistently getting himself in better positions defensively.
And Levine throws it down.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Out of bounds. Suns ball as Phoenix keeps possession.
Well, somehow they kept possession of the ball after that poor pass. They should be very thankful that wasn't a turnover.
Suns leading by 8. Over in the corner, Lee gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lee's got his first 3 points of the game.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
DeRozan with it. He's picked up by O'Neal. Stolen by O'Neal. Fast break. Here come the Suns. Here's Dunn. And Dunn with the slam.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
To the inside. Suns moving the ball around. Here's Richards. Sabonis grabs the board. The Kings trail by 13. Hey, Greg, one thing that the Kings have had work for them over the last few seasons is their depth.
And have made some shrewd moves to fill out their bench. got great contributions from their 6 through 10 players. It's been a big part of their recent success.
And it's Jones with the ball for the Suns. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The NBA scoring explosion, Brent, hasn't slowed down. We're getting record-setting offenses, it seems like, every single season.
Yeah, Kevin, lots of factors going into that. Obviously, more three-pointers being taken and figuring out the math of the game. But let's give credit to the players and the work that they're doing in the off-season in terms of getting better with their skill to be able to shoot that basketball and seek out the most efficient shot on the court.
Phoenix leading by 15. Booker with no one around. Here's Beal. And a great assist by Booker as that one goes in.
And that shows the toughness of the guard, Bradley Beal, just powering through.
And once again off the mark by Sacramento.